Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy GM Romar back with your year 3 Vancouver Canucks, baby. So we are on a roll right now, top of the league in the standings here. As we can see, I think we're second or third place. We're up here at the trade deadline. Yeah, we're third place in the NHL, a very good spot to be in. We're up here at the trade deadline, and I want to make some moves before we head into the postseason. Obviously, this is our last chance to make some moves. Now, we did some pre-scouting. I looked over at the trading block last video, and I think there is a player who would fit very well. Just look at our lineup here. Our top 6 is set in stone. I'm not going to move around or change anything in the top 6. I love the way everyone's playing. Lehkonen, our free agent acquisition over the offseason, he has been potting goals for us on that second line already. He has 25 of them, on pace for a mid 30 goal season. So he's been doing good. McMichael giving us some two-way play there, and also has 49 points in 61 games, which is amazing. Lekaramaki is having a breakout year, 19 goals, 27 assists. And then our top line, McKenna is doing great. He's about to break his career high, or he's about to achieve a career high in points. And then Pettersson is leading our team in points. He's also grown a couple, or he's also got a couple of X factors here. So he has quick release, send it, and tape to tape. I'm really glad we chose not to trade him over the years. I think he will be a very instrumental part of our success here in Vancouver if we were to make a cup run, which I think this is the year to do it. Brock Besser, our captain, we got him for his leadership skills, his ability to rise above in times of tribulation, or in trials and tribulation. I fucking butchered that so badly, but anyways, he hasn't been having the most lights out he hasn't had the most lights out offensive season, but he's been good enough. We don't need to touch that. So third line, Braden Coots, he's had a decent rookie year. He has 26 points in 53 games, nothing too crazy, but we're playing him on the penalty kill power play. He's got great stats there for defensive and offensive awareness. We're not going to be touching him. I am going to move Lindstrom up to the third line here. I think he's earned that spot. His role is a third line scorer. We want him to grow. He has 22 points in 61 games playing on the fourth line, so you can only imagine how well he'll be doing on the third line. Now, the one thing I want to change, so Riley Smith, we got him for his veteran presence. He's a sniper, but he hasn't really been putting up points. I do want somebody on that third line who can kind of drive the offense, which we're going to get into who I'm going to try to acquire. But he only has 70 points in 61 games. He's 36 years of age. I don't necessarily need to trade him. We can have him as a veteran presence, in either play him on the fourth line or keep him scratched. I'm leaning more keeping him scratched because I do like how Dowd is playing there. Dowd has a very good defensive category there, gives us some veteran presence, and then Drew O'Connor also has a very, very good defensive category along with Koivunen. So I think that fourth line set in stone. If we can get a third liner to upgrade it from Riley Smith, that would be great. Nikishin and Hronik are both having tremendous seasons. Nikishin looks like he's going to cap off at around 87 overall, but you never know. Maybe in the offseason, because he's been playing so well, maybe he'll jump up to an 89 overall. Willander, he's also been having a hell of a season. He doesn't have a goal yet, but he has 26 assists, so that's great. And then goaltending, Thatcher Demko is doing his thing, and then Kevin Lankinen, he has a 936 save percentage as our backup. Now, the thing is about Lankinen, he has a $4.5 million cap hit. I think I made a decision. These guys are both 32 years of age. I want to move on from one of them and clear some cap space, because we're going to need that cap space to sign Gavin McKenna, Lekaramaki once his contract's done. Who else? Braden Coots is going to want a contract soon. And then Tom Verlander, his contract ends this year. So we're going to need to make some free up some cap space to be able to sign these guys. So I think moving Kevin Lankinen is the decision I'm going to be going with. Down in the minors, we have Alexei Medvedev, our top goaltending prospect, medium elite. Backup goalie is his role, so he does fit in the NHL. He has a 920 save percentage in the A, so in my opinion, he is more than ready to make that big step up as Demko's backup for this year, and then eventually take over as their starter if and when we get rid of Demko, which Demko only has 1 more year on his contract beyond this year. So enough of looking at our team there. I'm going to get this set up. I'm going to show you which player I've been thinking of. It's a player on the Utah Mammoth, a player they want to give away. So they want to give away Nick Schmaltz, who can play on the right wing and the center. He's 32 years of age, so he's looking to win now. The Utah Mammoth are a middle of the pack team. I'm not sure if they are in a playoff spots, but I bet you Nick Schmaltz wants to go to contender. We are contending this year. We're 39, 13, and 9. So if you look at Utah's team, why would this make sense for them? Forward. So they already have their top line right there: Clayton Keller, Logan Cooley, and Dylan Gunther. Second line, they have JJ Peterka, TJ Ginla, Barrett Hayden. Right now, Nick Schmaltz is playing in there. Third line, they got the Sparlow guy, Boot, McBain, and then fourth line, Denoyer, Pelosi, and Miraz. Some great younger players there. Goaltending wise, now this is where I'm gonna make my case of why this would make sense. They only have Karel Vizmelka. He's their starting goalie, and then their backup is Scott Wedgwood. They don't really have anybody elite in net. I think them having a good 1A 1B situation with Kevin Lankinen would make sense. Now that they don't explicitly want him, but I think this would benefit them. So they'll have Lankinen in case, like, say, if they want to start Vejmelka, if Vejmelka goes down with an injury, they'll have Lankinen in net there. Vice versa, if they start Lankinen and he gets hurt, Vejmelka will be right there. So I think that would make sense. Now, what else would I be willing to give up? As you can see right now, as we stand, the trade is disapproved. We're going to have to give something or some more in return here. Now, what was I thinking here? I was thinking of tossing Victor Mancini in there in the trade. He's playing in the AHL. He deserves to be in the NHL. I do believe he would fit in with this roster. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he would be like the 7th defenseman for the Winnipeg Jets. We would have to take a player back, it looks like. We would take a goalie back probably, just to play in the minors. Or we'll take this Thielen guy. So there you go. The trade would be acceptable there. Now, I do think I'm going to have to toss in a pick to make this go through. I was thinking that I would toss in a 6th round pick for next year. So as the trade stands, you got Kevin Lankinen, Victor Mancini, and a 6 for Nick Schmaltz and Thielen. I don't even think I went over the Schmaltz stats there, but we do need somebody who can drive offense on that third line. If we have any injuries in the top 6, we can always bring him up as well. So yeah, he has 2 years left on his contract. We can either keep him for these 2 years or use him for this year, trade him at the draft, or trade him next year. We have many options of what we can do with Nick Schmaltz. And yeah, so this is the trade. Lankinen, Mancini, and a 6 for Schmaltz and Thielen. I'm going to see if this is going to go through. Trade rejected. So we're probably gonna have to improve this 6th round pick. Let's see. Maybe they'll take like a 4th this year. We'll see if they do that. Will it go through? Trade still rejected. Okay. I feel like they are gonna be playing hardball here. Maybe a 3rd next year. Would this go through? Still rejected. Okay, they are not budging here. We might have to give up a 2nd, which I am more than okay with. We are past the point of rebuilding, so we've kind of went on a quick rebuild here. We got the pieces we need, and now we are focused on that Stanley Cup, baby. So will this go through, adding the 2nd rounder? It will. Called up to the NHL, Medvedev, moved down Pedersen. On behalf of the Utah Mammoth organization, I accept your trade offer. We will see you out on the ice. Medvedev here. And then here we are. So Riley Smith will substitute Nick Schmaltz in there. Hopefully we get good chemistry there. Yeah, chemistry stays the same, and that is what that new look third line is going to be looking like. So what an upgrade. If we move them up, we can get a +1 on that 2nd line, which I wouldn't be opposed to, but I kind of want to keep it the way it is right now. As for special teams, our special teams are doing good at the moment, so I don't really want to play with it too much. Maybe, let's see, second unit. Maybe if I switch out Coots for yeah, put Schmaltz here, would that give us better chemistry? Yes, it does. So we go up to a neutral chemistry rating there. I want to keep playing Coops on the second line power play here. What if we put Schmaltz here though? Let's see if we get any chemistry. Oh, that makes it a +5. So you know what? I'm gonna make the executive decision here. We're gonna play Schmaltz there. That just makes our power play even better. So Schmaltz fits very well on our power play. Penalty kill can stay the same. And then let's see here. Our extra lines. Yeah. So Braden Coots. I'm gonna play Schmaltz here as well. We want our best players out here because we are focused on winning. So we're kind of restricting Coots' ice time here, but I think will help for the this will help benefit our team here. And I think that's everything. Yep. Okay. So that's how the lines are gonna be looking like now. We are all set. I'm just gonna simulate past the trade deadline. Who needs to be plugged in? We're gonna plug a defenseman because we got rid of Mancini. We'll play Poirier there. Alrighty. I also want to make another trade here. So we have on our bench. Hold on. Let me pull up. Where is it? Let's see. Trading block. So Dumais, I have him on the trading block here. We aren't really using him. I don't really like his defensive category. I don't think I'm ever going to be using him on my team, so I want to flip him for a younger prospect. I think he can benefit from having ice time on a different team. Now, who is it that I want to acquire? I have a player watch listed here that I went ahead and pre-scouted. This guy on the New York Islanders, Rick Smoshkowitsky. No, holy shit, I butchered that bad. Rick Smoshkowitz. He's a power forward. We don't have many power forwards. He's a center. He was drafted in the second round. He doesn't have too much trade value. He has only played one game in the AHL, so they might not even be using him. So I might as well give New York Islanders an asset that they can use on their team. So Dumais. So that's a pretty even trade, if I say so myself. If you see their right wing depth, they have Holmstrom, Palmieri, and then they don't really have a solid third or fourth line right winger. That's where Dumais can go play. Let's see if I can scrape back like their 5th round pick. Let's see, Dumais, Smoshkowitz, and a 5th. Will this go through? Nope. Whoops, I accidentally took Smoshkowitz off. Did not mean to do that. Here we go. And we will try a 7th round pick. Let's see if this will go through. Here we go. Dumais for Smoshkowitz and a 7th. Will that go through? Rejected. Okay. So we're just going to try it straight up. No draft picks coming our way. Will it go through? Trade accepted. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in New York Islanders. Okay. So all the trades that I want to do, done. Not only did we get a veteran that can help us with their playoff push this year, we also acquired a nice young piece that can help us succeed in the future. I just got to make sure he's playing here. Smoshkowitz, is he on the NHL? Where is he playing? Oh, he's in our AHL, on our AHL team, NHL team. We don't want him there. We want to send him down. We'll bring up a Brendan Gallagher. So no waivers, all good. I want to give Smoshkowitz a lot of ice time in the AHL though. He can. Yeah, he can take the second line spot here. Rick Smoshkowitz, move him up. We still got Boy Vera down here. Let's see. Yeah, he has 36 points in 40 games, so he's tearing it up there. All right, so those are the moves I wanted to make in the trade deadline, and now we will carry on with the simulation. All right, so we are all ready to carry on the season. I'm gonna sim past the trade deadline and our game against the Vegas Golden Knights here just to see what moves were made around the league. Let's see how we do against Vegas. We can replace a player there. Let's see, we don't need to go into the trade deadline screen. We already made our big trades. Let's see, Vegas. How do we beat them? We should beat these guys. Oh, Vladar. Ooh, how is Dan Vladar in this? Ooh, okay. Maybe we pick him up just in case we get an injury. I'll claim him. He only has a 1 year. Claim Dan Vladar. We have to send him down. Should be able to just, oh, he'll go through waivers again, but he cleared. So just in case we get an injury in the postseason, we'll have him as our backup down here. He can replace Tai Young there. So we got Dan Vladar now, just in case. So we got Medvedev, Demko. I don't want to start Medvedev just yet. So we actually lose 4-0 to the Vegas Golden Knights. Okay, but we will see what moves were made around the league here. Activity feed. Player pick and trading. We'll go down to our trade, because I think that will be the first one. Here we go. So, yeah, of course, there's our trades there. The Lankinen trade for Nick Schmaltz, then the Jordan LeMay trade for Smoshkowitz. Let's see, Mikhail Backlund acquired by the New Jersey Devils, and then what's it called? I can't really pronounce that. Zelensky and the Kasper Pecorino went the other way. Chicago makes another big trade, getting rid of some of their veterans, Jacob Trouba, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and Dickinson for a 2nd and a 7th. So maybe Chicago is tanking again. I'm not really too sure where they sit in the standings, though. Sean Durzi moved to Washington, as well as Tyler Bertuzzi. Washington Capitals get Dante Fabro, so Capitals making some moves there. Nothing too game-breaking, though, going down there. I also haven't been checking this season, the pending free agents who would be available. One player that really entices me here is Sidney Crosby. In case he doesn't retire and he's looking for one more year to make a cup push, we can sign him for next year and throw him like on our third line. But we'll see. We're still early on in the season here. Don't want to think too far ahead. There's also Brady Tkachuk, Josh Morrissey. We should have enough cap space to sign one of these guys for like a year or two if we want to go deep in the playoffs. But anyway, speaking of playoffs, we will simulate all the way up till then, or till there. Go a couple weeks here. Against the LA Kings, can we get our first win with Schmaltz in the lineup? We do. 2-1 win. Linus Carlson, where were you playing? I'm just gonna, I think he was on the third line here. Oh, was he? I don't know. I kind of like the way the AHL team's set up right now, so we'll just keep it the same. So 2-1 win against the Kings. Against the Oilers, they are a good team. Oh, simulation glitched again. We get the 3-2 dub, so the team looking good. We'll simulate up to the Utah Mammoth game, and then we'll slow sim just to see how both teams do. There it is. Karamaki out with an injury. I already knew an injury was going to come. That is why we traded for Nick Schmaltz, so we can just move him up there. But is there anyone I can put in to replace him? Riley Smith can replace Jonathan Karamaki there. Sniper for a sniper. Schmaltz, bump him up. We got a +1 chemistry boost there. We'll just put Schmaltz in here right now so we can just sub Karamaki in right away. Is Besser scoring goals on this power play? He hasn't really been scoring goals. You know what? I'm going to change the strategy here. I'm going to go, since Pettersson is lighting the lamp, we'll make Pettersson the finisher here. Pettersson has like 25 goals. How many goals does McKenna have? He has 23. So it's really a toss up there, but anyways, Karamaki's out, Smith is in, and we move up Nick Schmaltz to that second line. So we still have a strong top 6. Lose to the Blackhawks in the shootout. Beat the Wild 4-0. Nashville, we beat them. The Karamaki's back. We'll sim a couple games because I don't want to rush him back and have him re-aggravate the injury. We lose to the Kings. Yeah, we got to throw the Karamaki back onto the lineup now. How's Medvedev done? Has he started a game yet? Medvedev, he's started 2 games, hasn't been playing very well. Maybe I played Dan Vladar. Maybe Medvedev isn't quite ready for the big shows yet. So, you know what? We'll let Medvedev have a strong finish in the AHL. Vladar can back Demko up here. He's got a little bit more experience. He's 30 years of age. Here we go. Throw in Dan Vladar in the minors. Medvedev will start there. Okay. Not quite ready for the NHL, I don't think. Karamaki is still injured, so I'm not going to throw him in yet. I want to be sure that I don't re-aggravate his injury. So we'll slow sim against Vegas there. We got the 7-2 win. Huge dub for the boys right there. Let's see, Karamaki. He's ready to go. No injury label on him. And we will substitute Riley Smith off. I'm really liking this team. I have a lots of faith in this squad. I think this squad can get it done. How has Nick Schmaltz played with the Canucks here? He has 8 games and 4 points, so not too shabby for Nick Schmaltz. Very, very proud of how we are looking. We've been playing some good hockey since the deadline. Let's finish the season strong here. We're gonna go up to the Mammoth games. Hold on. Up to the Utah Mammoth. Calgary, we should beat them. They don't have a very good record. We beat them in, oh my goodness. Thatcher Demko out until April 2nd, so it's not too long. He should be ready for before the playoffs. That's a big one. We'll call back up Medvedev. That is why we got Vladar though, so still got 2 competent NHL goalies. All right. Go San Jose is not too bad of a team. See how we did there. So we lose 6-5 to San Jose. We lose 4-1 against Dallas. So we're up against Utah. There's 37, 32, and 5. They're in a wild card spot right now. So this is a big game for them. We don't really have much to lose anyways, but we will slow sim just to see how these teams play. We're up against Kevin Lankinen. They better be starting him here. They might not be starting him. They might be starting Vejmelka. But here we go. First period. 2-2 tie. Yeah, they got Vejmelka between the pipes. Lehkonen scores for us to open it. Peterka ties the game, and then Drew O'Connor, a 4th line goal. That's huge. And then Cooley tied it up again. Second period. No score. So slow simming in the 3rd period. Can we break the tie here and get the dub? So Dan Vladar is actually putting on quite a show here. And right when I say that, he lets in a goal from Logan Cooley. Can we answer back? We got 7 minutes left, and it looks like we are going to get shut down. Oh, but we have a late power play, and that was our chance to tie. And we lose to the Utah Mammoth, 3-2. So that's a big win for them. Not really that much of an impactful loss for us. We're missing Demko, so that's what I'm going to put the blame on. Simulate to the end here. We'll simulate to the 9th. So Demko is back, which means we can send down Medvedev. Now I want to make sure he doesn't start any games actually, because he might re-aggravate an injury. Goalies are very easily like once they come back, you really got to check on them. So I'm actually going to get Vladar to start both of these games, which means I'm going to have to manually edit the lines here. Unless Demko's ready, he's not ready. Still got that yellow injury tag on him. So the game against Nashville, we lose 6-0. So we're starting to fall off a little bit here at the end of the season. We gotta play till the end. Vladar, you're back in the pipes. I gotta make sure Demko is fully rested. Can we get the dub against St. Louis? They're not a very good team. Yes, we do get the dub. And we are up against Dumais and the New York Islanders. I actually want to check how well Dumais is doing now that he's playing on there. Demko is fully healthy now, so we'll get him to start. We want to get him a few games here just to get warmed up and ready for the playoffs. So we'll go check New York Islanders. Here's our team stats. Pettersson leading the way. He has 30 goals, 74 points. Monster season from him. Gavin McKenna's got 60 points. And there is the rest of the squad here. Coots has 31. Schmaltz has 48. How many is a Canuck? He has 7 and 14. And the team is looking solid. Everybody contributing. Defense, Hronik leading the way with 56. Right behind him is Nikishin, Verlander, Krasinski, Pettersson, and Sealer. So all of our defensemen have at least 20 points except for Sealer, who is like a shutdown guy. So very proud of our defense there. And then Demko, 918 save percentage. Can't really ask for much more. Check the Islanders. How is he doing? So we have the sort by right wingers. Dumais has 5 points in 11 games. He's actually injured, so he's not going to be in this game against the Islanders that we're playing in right now. So can we beat the Islanders? We lose to them in a shootout. No biggie though. I think have we clinched a playoff spot? Yes, we have actually clinched a division. So your Vancouver Canucks are the Pacific Division champions of your 2027-2028 season. So I'm just gonna simulate up to the last game, and then we'll slow sim, and then we'll take a look at all the stats and everything, and see who we're up against in the playoffs. Now Braden Coots just got injured. I don't think I have a pure center to fill in his spot there. So for Coots, I want a guy who can kill penalties, so we'll throw in Brendan Gallagher. I don't think he's started a single game for us, but we'll give Brendan Gallagher a few games here in the NHL, two-way forward. So up against Dallas, we get the win. San Jose, we lose in overtime. I want to reach 50 wins on the season. Can we do it? We're gonna have to win these last two. So we beat LA Kings, and it's our final game against the Anaheim Ducks. I want to start I don't want to start Demko. We want him healthy for the playoffs. So we'll give Vladar to start. Yeah, not gonna touch anything else. Let's see if we can get the 50th win on the season. Here we go, up against the Anaheim Ducks in game number 82. First period, 2-0, good start. Marcus Pettersson and Nick Schmaltz on the power play. Second period, they get 2, but we get 1, so we're holding on to that lead. Can we keep it? Troy Terry, then Arturi Lankinen answers back, and then Killhorn cuts the deficit to 1. Here we go, slow sim, the last regulation period of our season. Roenick blasts one from the point there. Elias Pettersson with a big goal from the right circle. 10 minutes left. Can Vladar shut the door? He lets in a power play goal. And here come the Anaheim Ducks. It is not over yet. We have a game. 1-goal lead for the Canucks with 2 minutes left. 1 minute. And JT Compher ties the game with 1 minute left. We are going to overtime. I'm actually going to jump in. First time I'm doing this in this series. We are going to jump in and see how the boys do on the ice. All right, we are here at the Honda Center, Vancouver versus Anaheim, and we are in overtime. Let's see if the boys can get it done. Pettersson strips the puck away on a breakaway. Pettersson, the defense comes back. Now it's a 2-on-1 for the Anaheim Ducks. Who is that with the puck? Who is, I can't tell. It's a Carlson. He's stopped by Vladar. We got Gavin McKenna. Oh no, we have Elias Pettersson and Gavin McKenna here with is Nikishin? No, we got Philip Roenick defending. So left D-pad is defense. This is my first time doing this. Left D-pad is defense, I guess, and then right D-pad is forwards. But here's McKenna with a chance there. Nothing. Big face-off win by McMichael. Pass it back to him. Korchinski. Oh, Lekaramaki, big stop. Lekaramaki chases after the puck. He's down on the boards. McMichael. Korchinski, another big stop by Luke Dostal. What a guy. The goalies are putting on a show tonight. Dostal facing 48 shots so far. Here comes the Anaheim Ducks. Troy Terry breaking in. He's poke checked by Lekaramaki. And they centers it. Carlson, big stop by Dan Vladar. Besser slap shot, takes it, but it's steered away by Dostal. See if I can change up the lines here again. Korchinski, that was kind of a risky hit. I don't know why he went up for that. Gauthier stopped by Vladar. Oh my goodness, can somebody end it? The Karamaki cuts in, nothing. Here's Troy Terry, poke check by Korchinski. Oh my goodness. Why is Nikishin? Nikishin, no. Turns it over. Oh my god, 38 seconds left. 2-on-1 chance. And they go up for a line change. Let's go for a line change as well. Get some fresh legs. We got Brock Besser out there. Or no, that's not Besser. Who is that? That's Schmaltz. Schmaltz with the great defensive play there. 20 seconds left. It looks like we are going to be going to a shootout, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We got 10 seconds. 9 seconds. Can we get one here maybe? Can we get one late? Lekaramaki's tired though. He can't skate, and it looks like we are going to a shootout. The last game of the season. Regulation couldn't do it. Overtime couldn't do it. So you know what time it is. Let's see if the boys can pull the 50th win on the season out. Pettersson going in. Pedersen's, what a move, what a goal. Elias Pedersen opens up the shootout with the goal to put the Canucks in the lead right there. Who's shooting for Anaheim Ducks? Olin Zellweger. And he scores as well. We are tied up 1-1. Who's next for us? We got Arturi Lehkonen, and that's stopped by Lucas Dostal. Oh my, we need a save here. We need a big save here. Leo Carlson on Vladar. He fucking shoots it wide, so we're still in good shape here. Jonathan Lekaramaki, I need you, buddy. Come on, Lekaramaki. Another save by Lucas Dostal. Here we go. Troy Terry can really put the pressure on the Vancouver Canucks here. Troy Terry streaking in. Stopped by Vladar, and we can win the game right here. Who is the shooter? Captain Brock Besser looking to end the game for the Canucks here. Captain Clutch gets it done, and your Vancouver Canucks have won 50 games on the season as they close out year number 3. Let's go. Oh no, shit. It's not over yet. I capped. Oh my goodness. Now we win. There you go. A little bit. We celebrated a little too early. There. But now we get the 50th win. The boys are fired up. We are ready for the playoffs. And damn, how far can we go? That is the question. All right, so we are finished the regular season for year 3, 2027-2028. We'll simulate up to see who we play in the playoffs for round number 1. Who will it be? Regular season has ended, and we are up again. Coots is back. We'll deal with that later. We are up against the San Jose Sharks. So the storyline going into this one, boys. This offseason, we signed Ryan Warsawski. If you take a look here, his previous seasons, his coaching record, his first 3 years as a coach, San Jose Sharks, he was the head coach developing players like Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith, William Eklund, Sam Dickinson, Joshua Ravensbergen, maybe. He was there for them to grow them up, and then now he has to go up against his own products of destruction. So with the Vancouver Canucks, he goes 15, 19, and 13 in his first season. Seems like a perfect fit here. He's still only 39. He's signed to a 5-year contract. Ryan Warsawski is here to stay. We'll take a little look at the San Jose lineup, but first I gotta make sure Braden Coots is inserted onto our team again. So we'll scratch Brendan Gallagher, throw in Braden Coots. I don't care if he's injured, it's playoffs. We need everyone playing now, so no more resting. You know, you got players playing on one leg in the playoffs, so there's no excuses. We'll view the San Jose Sharks lineup here. Look at that top line: William Eklund, Macklin Celebrini, and Will Smith. Celebrini is a high elite. He's already 89 overall. He's not really the best point producer, though, in this simulation, which it seems like. Will that be Will Smith? Will Smith has plenty of X factors. Yeah, he's put 69, so not crazy production, actually. So nothing too scary. Of course, they were the 8th seed, so we're not looking at anything crazy here. William Eklund hasn't really done anything crazy either. So I don't really see, besides Celebrini and Will Smith, anything to be afraid of on the offensive side. Now, the defense, they got Sam Dickinson, Keaton Vierhoff, who they drafted 2nd overall after we drafted McKenna. So that's another storyline going into this. We get our first taste of the rivalry between Keaton Vierhoff and Gavin McKenna in a playoff series. So will offense beat defense? We will see. They got Sam Dickinson there. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Is Shakir Mokamana? I don't know. And then they got Jamie Alexiak. And then goaltenders. Stuart Skinner is in the net. So we all know Stuart Skinner in the playoffs. He's kind of gained a reputation as a choker, especially in the finals. But getting a team there is never really an issue for him. 916 in the regular season. Here's the playoff stats you can see here. Not really the greatest stats in the NHL. 883 save percentage, 901, 889, 911. So we're not up against an unstoppable force in the net for them. So it's looking like looks like we may be favored in this series, but we can never underestimate a team going into the playoffs. You never know what can happen. The regular season. Playoff is a completely different beast. Now we will check the stats here for the individual stats, the team stats, Stats Central. So Elias Pettersson finishes the season as our only point per game player, 82 points. That is the Pettersson Vancouver has been needing for all these years. He is back to point per game. He's back to 30 goals, and he is looking to give us a good run in the playoffs here. McKenna breaks his first season record of 54 points with 67, and that point total is only going to be going up every season. And then Connor McMichael, his first year with the team, 21 goals, 40 assists, 61 points. Our leading point scorer for our defenseman, Philip Hronik, with 58. Our captain, Brock Besser, with 55 goals. And then here is the rest of the team. Nikishin had a very strong season as well. He broke his career high. He has 51. Braden Coots in his rookie year puts up 31 points in 70 games. Not too shabby for Coots. And there is the rest of the squad here if you wanted to take a look at that. Goaltending, Thatcher Demko gave us some stellar goaltending. Now the question is this going to be a repeat of year one? Where in year one, Demko gave us some of the best goaltending you can offer in the regular season, but in the playoffs he completely shit the bed, didn't win a single game, went 0-3 and had an 8.67 save percentage. We had to turn to Kevin Lankinen to, I believe, win our only 2 games that we won in that series. So Demko, this is your chance to redeem yourself. We need a big run from you going into this postseason. Now, entire league, who was the league leaders? We had Connor McDavid with 104 points. Behind him, Kirill Kaprizov, Lane Hudson, Matthew Boldy, and David Pasternak. Pettersson finished as a top 10 scorer in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually the 8th, tied for the 7th, actually, best point total in the league. So Pettersson, way to go, buddy. So for defensemen, I think Lane Hudson, yep, there you go. Lane Hudson looks like he's going to be taking home the James Norris. There's Quinn Hughes there putting up 79 points, a 31 goal season as a defenseman. It cannot be understated how good of a player this guy is. In real life, he just got traded to the Minnesota Wild, but this is the completely different universe. We had to sacrifice him for Gavin McKenna. So it's just the way things played out there. And then let's see who won the Calder. Calder looks like it's going to be Ezra Sarita, who was drafted 3rd overall, I think 4th overall last year. So he looks like he's going to be winning the Calder. Landon DuPont had a very good rookie year as well. He's an 87 overall already, medium franchise, 40 points in 77 games. So very good season for Landon DuPont. And there's the rest of the rookies. You got Stenberg, Joseph. So there was a very strong rookie class this year. Coots unfortunately only scored or only played in 70 games, but he was still competing there for the Calder. So good play from Braden Coots. Sorry, also got to look at the goaltending in the entire league. So we had Jacob Fowler for the Montreal Canadiens. He's been a beast for them. 53 wins, 14 losses, great save percentage. No doubt in my mind, he deserves the Vezina Trophy. You got Saros right there with Bobrovsky, Walsh-Sturkin, and then Demko still finishing in the top of the elites there. Shutout leaders is Sergei Bobrovsky, followed by Jacob Markstrom. That is how the goaltending was looking this year. We will look at the playoff tree as well. So we got Chicago and Colorado, so they do make the playoffs. Like I said last year, you may have been a little bit pretty critical of me trading away Hedl and Garland to Chicago, because like I said, we were trying to get them onto winning teams. Or trading veterans to winning teams, and then I just completely went against that and traded them to Chicago. They ended up flipping Hedl for some assets at the draft or at the deadline anyways for younger pieces, but Garland stayed, and next year they made the playoffs. So I plead my case. That was my whole mindset going into that trade. Like, Bedard wants to be competitive. They're gonna need some players to help, some veterans to help them get there to that level. So it looks like it paid dividends for them. They ended up making the playoffs. They're up against the powerhouse Colorado Avalanche, though, so good luck to them. We got Nashville and then Utah, Oilers and Anaheim, and of course us versus the Sharks. And then at the East, you got the Rangers and the Capitals, the Hughes brothers, the New Jersey Devils against the Florida Panthers. That's going to be one hell of a series. It's going to be a bloodbath. Then you got Tampa Bay and the Montreal Canadiens, and then Landon DuPont and the Buffalo Sabres versus that goaltender, I forget, Fowler, and the Montreal Canadiens. So that is the playoff tree. And yeah, I think that's about everything I wanted to go over. We can also check the progress reports just to see how our players have been developing across the season. Modifications, like Karamaki has been getting statistical and natural growth. That is great to see. Who else? Has Demko been going up? Demko, he's been getting some growth. He's still getting natural growth at 32, which is insane. Philip Hronik, how about you? He's getting statistical, a little bit of natural growth. And then Gavin McKenna, all natural growth. So that is a great sign. Lindstrom got some there as well, playing on our third line now. How many points did he have? He had 27, so not the greatest, but certainly not the worst season from him. Lehkonen was dropping a little bit. He's 32, so that's expected. Nikishin got some natural and statistical growth. And then we'll check in the system. There's that defenseman we drafted in the second round of year number 1, Noah McKinnon. He looks like he's going to be going for a spot in the NHL pretty soon, so we'll see what we have. We also have Janicki, who he's going to be a nice piece for us as well. We have so many good prospects coming up. We're either going to have to like trade some away or what's it called? Because we're going to need to make some roster space for these guys in the next like 3 or 4 years. Like Valentini, he's looking like he's going to be going for a spot next year as well. He's already 77 overall, putting up 104 points. You got Crosby. So yeah, we got so many players there. Boisvert jumped up to an 80. So it looks like sending him back down to the AHL really benefited him. He was almost a point per game down there. So good job by him. Anybody else? Really, Colin Potter, who he signed in free agency. There he is. There's Jackson Jacobson, who we drafted last year, 11th overall. He's getting some growth in there. What's his season looking like? 79 points in 60 games. Not the most dominant, but still a good showing for him. And I think that is about everyone. Yeah. And then goaltending, of course, we got Medvedev. He hasn't had any growth this year, which is kind of concerning, but I have faith that he will get some over the offseason this year. But anyways, that's going to do it. I'm going to wrap up this video there. Next video, we will be hopping into the year number 3 playoffs. See how far we can get. Hopefully, we can win the Stanley Cup this year. I really like how our squad is looking, and I think if we are going to get it done, and this is a team that can do it. If you guys are enjoying so far, drop a like, comment, and subscribe to stay notified on my upcoming episodes, upcoming posts. It's been your boy Romar, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.